Hey guys, we're back with the notes for 2.3, but we're doing the second day of it. So I'm going to go through these problems just for more practice of domain and range. There's no notes to take. We're only working through practice problems, okay? All right, so let's start with problem 1. I'm going to do domain in pink. My domain is my x's, so first thing I need to do is decide is it discrete or continuous. It's continuous because I have a line or a curve. So that means I'm going to start my domain by making the sandwich. And I'm trying to say, how far to the left did it go? How far to the right did it go? I notice that I have arrows. This arrow is moving left. This arrow is moving to the right. That means I am going left forever and right forever. I'm going from negative infinity to positive infinity. Remember that the short answer for that is all real numbers. Okay, let's look at our range. I'm going to do range in blue. If I look at the range, it's continuous, so I'm going to go ahead and sandwich my y in between. I'm saying how far down and how far up can the graph go? Well, what's the lowest part of my graph? That would be this dot right here, right? That lowest number that I ever hit cuts at a positive 2. Can I be equal to 2? Yes, because there's a circle there. Closed circle. It touched that line. How far up does it go? Well, I have arrows going up on both sides, which means we are going to positive infinity. Can't be equal to infinities, so that means we are done with problem 1. Let's try number 2. Very similar, it's just upside down. This is still a continuous graph, so I'm going to set up my sandwiches. I have an x sandwich for domain and a y sandwich for my range. My x's are how far left and right. So if I look at this arrow right here, I notice that arrow is going left. I also notice that this arrow is going out to the right, which means, again, I'm going from negative infinity to positive infinity. I'm going all real numbers, forever left, forever right. For the y's, how far down and how far up? How far down? Well, forever. I have arrows pointing down, so that one's going to be a negative infinity. How far up? No arrow, so it stops somewhere. What's the highest point I ever get to? Right there. Highest number I ever get to is my 3 right here. Am I equal to? Yes. I definitely touched the 3, so we're going to put an equal to because I have this dot right here. Or you could say I have a closed circle. I bounced off that number. Okay? If you need to pause it, go ahead and do that. We're jumping down to problems 3 and 4. All right. Problems 3 and 4, they look very similar. Their lines are curved, so both of those are continuous. I'm going to go ahead and set up my x sandwich on both for my domain and my y sandwich on both for my range. All right, let's identify our arrows for left and right. I have arrows on both sides. This arrow is going left, this arrow going right. Left and right forever is my negative infinity, positive infinity. At this point, if you recognize all real numbers, I am good with you going straight to that answer. So on number 4, same idea. If I have a circle here going left, out, up, and left, if I have this arrow going up, out, and to the right, and you notice that it's going out forever, I don't even need all of this anymore. I'm good if you just say all real numbers. Okay? All right, let's talk about the y's. Let's talk about the range. On problem 3, let me zoom over here. I do have arrows going down. That means I'm going all the way down forever to negative infinity. But I have a top point right here. That point, the highest number I ever get to on the y-axis, is a 1. So I'm going up to 1. Even though there's no dot there, I'm still hitting that line like a bouncy ball right here. I'm still hitting the wall and bouncing back down, so we do use an equal to. Same idea for number 4. Number 4, if I say how far down do we go, there's no arrows down here, so I need to say where does it stop? If I drew a line to cut off any extra, what's the lowest number I hit? Well, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5 is our lowest number. Since I bounced off that line and went back up, I am going to say equal to. I have arrows going up forever, we see, so that's going to go up to positive infinity. Remember, you cannot ever be equal to an infinity. Okay? All right, let's jump to number 5. 5 and 6. 5 and 6. I do want to highlight on this problem to make sure that we're looking at the same line. So on number 5, I'm looking at this line up here, and on number 6, I'm looking at this line right here. Okay, number 5, let's set up our domain and range. Both of these are still continuous, so I'm going to set up x's sandwiched, y sandwiched. All right, so for my x's, if I look at my arrows, this one pretty clearly has x's going left and right. If you notice that that goes forever to the infinities, go ahead and put your all real numbers. But look at number 6. 6 does not have arrows going left or right. Those arrows aren't moving at all. They are going straight up, straight down, no out at all. So if I say, what's the x I use? Let me draw a line real quick. All right, if I move this in, what's the first x that I hit? Right there. So let's count that. -1, 2, 3, 4, 5. -5. All right, I'm going to grab this line again. What about what's the last x I hit? All the way right here. So that's -5 again. Is it possible to be between -5 and -5? No, I can't be bigger than -5 and smaller than it at the same time. When these numbers are the same, I'm going to make a little note. When they're the same, we change to just an equal to. We say I'm not between -5 and 5, I am equal to -5. Okay? All right, let's look at number 5 for the range. For his range, I don't have any arrows going up or down. So I need to figure out what's my lowest point, what's my highest point. My lowest, all right, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The lowest number I hit was 5. What's the highest number I got to? Oh, interesting. Looks like it's 5 again, right? Highest it got up to was 5. Can I be between 5 and 5? No, so we're going to change it to an equal to. Y is only hitting y equals 5. It stays 5 the whole time. Okay. Number 6 is a little bit easier. Number 6, I have up arrow forever, down arrow forever. At this point, we know those kind of problems are going to be all real numbers. Okay. I'm going to zoom out real quick. If you need to fix anything on 3, 4, 5, or 6, go ahead and do that now. I'll meet you on the next page. All right, problem number 7. 7 and 8, I noticed that those have dots. Whenever the problems start with dots, here's what we want to do. We want to write out all of our points. So on this problem, I have 5 dots. I'm going to write out 5 points. Same thing on number 8. I have 5 dots, so I'm going to write out my 5 points. All right, let's start with number 7. First point, I'm going to go starting over here. That point is -3, because it goes, or sorry, -4, because it goes left 4, and then up 3. So -4, 3. Next point, I'm going to do this one. It's -2 on the x-axis. It does not go up or down. I'm going to do this point next. 1, 2, 1 to the right, 2 up. This point is 2 to the right, down 2, so negative. Last point is 4, 2. Okay. Let's move over and look at number 8. Problem number 8, I'm writing my points out again. Let's go from the top again. All right, first point, we're going left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and up, 1, 2, 3, 4. So -6 left and 4 up. Let's do this one next. We're going to go -3 left, 1 up. There's a guy underneath him. We got -3 left and down 1. So we have a -1. Let's jump over here. We got 1 to the right, down 2, so -2. Last one, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right, and down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so -5. Okay, take a second, make sure you have all those points written down, and then we will start with our domain. All right, domain is my x's. So I'm going to take all of the x numbers, and I'm going to list them in order from least to greatest. So for my x's, I'm going to start with the lowest number, -4, -2, 1, 2, and 4. I have used all 5 numbers each one time No duplicates. Let's look at number 8. If I do the same thing, my lowest number is -6. But these guys are the same. We only write it one time. The next one's going to be 1, and then my 4. Okay? My ranges are going to be blue, remember, so we're going to do the same thing now with the y's for the range. All right, listing them in order. -2 is my lowest number. 0 is in the middle. I have 2 2's. Only put it one time, please. 3 is my biggest y, and we are done with that problem. Let's try number 8. My lowest number is -5. We're going -2, -1. 1 and -1 are different, so I can put the 1. And then 4 is my biggest y value. Problem 7 and 8 are done. All right. Let's try numbers 9 and 10. 9 and 10, domain and range, both of those have a dot, like an open or closed circle, but there's still a line or a curve. These are both still going to be continuous. So I'm going to set it up, x with a sandwich on both of the problems, and y with a sandwich. I know I'm not going to have any all real answers, or all real numbers, sorry, because there's only one arrow on these problems. I would have to have arrows both ways to use all real numbers. Give me just a second. I'm going to shrink this for just a second. There we go. All right, so on problem 9, let's talk about domain. If I'm coming from the left side and the right side, one of those has an arrow, right? Where's my arrow? Hopefully you see this arrow is going to the right forever. That gives us the positive infinity. But there's no arrow on this side, so we need to say, what's the farthest left that I went? Well, my last dot hits at -1, -2, -3, -4. So -4 is the farthest left. Why do I not put an equal to underneath it, though? Good. Hopefully you saw that there was an open circle here. We did not touch -4. Okay? Let's do the same thing for domain on 10. So on number 10, I have an arrow going to the left, but I don't have an arrow on the right. So my left is going forever to -infinity, but my right side doesn't go forever. He stops. So we stop at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for my x's. Did I ever equal 5? Yes. There's a closed circle right here, which means I did touch that +5 line. Okay? All right, let's talk about the y's now. For my y's, do I have any arrows going up or down? Yeah. On problem 9, it's going really slow, but this arrow is going up, slowly up a little bit at a time, so that's a positive infinity. I'm going to draw my line down here. What's the farthest down we went? I didn't get down here into the negatives. My lowest point is right here. My lowest point is at a +1. Did I equal that +1? No. That's still the same open circle. I did not touch -4 and I did not touch +1. Problem 10, we have an arrow also. We have an arrow going up. So again, positive infinity on that guy. But what's the lowest that we went? Well, we did get into the negatives this time, so let's count it out. Here's 0, so we went down to -1, -2, -3, -4. My lowest point is -4. Did we touch that line? Yes, that same closed circle means that we are equal to -4, so put a little or equal to under that sign. All right, make sure you have those two. If you need to pause it, write anything down, do that now. We have 2 more questions. All right, problem 11 and 12. Again, we are still continuous. The only time you're not continuous is if you have the dots, like on 7 and 8, okay? All right, so that means I'm going to get my domain sandwiches down, put an X in the less thans, put a Y in the less thans for range, and we are filling in the blanks. I think 11 and 12 are the easiest because there are no arrows. Okay, so I can literally just say farthest left, farthest right, farthest down, farthest up. Let's talk about x's first. Okay, I'm going to put a line on both sides of both graphs. All right, for the x's, what's the farthest left that I went? What number did I get to? -2, good. Did I equal -2? No, I didn't equal that because there's an open circle. How far to the right did we go? This is our last point, so let's count it. We went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Farthest to the right I went was 6. Open circle again, so there's no equal to. Let's do number 12. What's the farthest left I went on this one? This is my first dot. That circle is at -3. I am not equal to because it's an open circle. Going on the right-hand side, what's my last point? Right here. Last point lands on 4. It's an open circle, so we do not use the equal to. Okay, those are my X's. That's my domain. I'm going to switch colors. Let's talk about the Y's. So I'm going to put a blue line on the top, blue line on the bottom. Let's talk about the Y's. What's the lowest I went on number 11? Well, the bottom of my graph hits right here, so let's count that. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. My lowest part of the graph is at -5. There's no arrow, no infinities, no open circles. So if I ask you, did we hit -5? Yes, we are equal to on that guy. What about the top? My highest dots are right here. I have open circles on both of them. So did I ever hit 2? No, I do not put the equal to. Okay, let's try number 12. What's the farthest down I went on number 12? This is my lowest point. He's down at -2. I do not have a closed circle. It's open, so I'm not equal to at -2. Last one, how far up did I go? Not way up here. My highest dot lines up on this line. So look where I'm hitting the y-axis. I'm hitting it at a -1. So even though those numbers are really close together, my y's stay between -2 and -1. I have an open circle on both, so there is no equal to. Okay? All right, we are done with your review set of notes. So if you would, go ahead and do the 2.3 practice tomorrow in class.